Hello and good morning, everyone. I am here to share my thoughts to rethink, reimagine, and reboot the typical education system. I am Harshavardhan Ujwala Sheetal Patil. I am a teacher with over 10 years of experience. As a matter of fact, I am an accidental teacher. Way back in March 2015, I was recovering from a battle with a mighty enemy. Yes, this enemy was standard 10th board exam. This is exactly when I received a surprise call. This call was from a local coaching class to substitute their history teacher. Since I had nothing better to do, I instantly said yes. The next day, I went to that class, I taught, and I returned. But what happened after that was completely unexpected. The owner of the class called me. He said, "Hey Harsh, our students want you to be their permanent history teacher." I was stunned and excited. How was this possible? I was just a year older than them. A standard 10th appeared student was wanted by the students of standard 10th to be their teacher. When I reflect on that day today, I realize something. I had the greatest teachers, but I always yearned for a mentor. And on that very day, I unknowingly tried to become a mentor for those students. That one lecture changed my life permanently. Hold on. Since I am being honest, here's an irony. I was a studious kid. I scored 96% in 10th, 90% in 12th. I earned scholarships, wanted to join IIT, but since teaching had become my passion, I enrolled at the prestigious Fergusson College to study physics. I guess I have boasted a bit till I failed 2 subjects in my second year. Thank God, the organizations did not ask for a refund of scholarship. In my journey from a history to a physics teacher today, I am probably one of the happiest and most satisfied young teacher. Having mentored over 5,000 students till date, I am 25 years old, learning and growing. I was once explaining Newton's laws in my class. I was teaching, but what about students learning? I noticed few things that were not part of my class. A boy kept glancing at his watch, perhaps wondering how much time was left for his football match. A girl knew every answer, but carried a quiet fear that speaking up might expose her self-doubt. This made me think differently. Was education only about mathematical formulae, grammar rules, or science experiments? Was it about decoding the confusion in their eyes, their untapped potential, and the limitless creativity? Let me tell you a funny story of one of my students. This boy, after completing his homework, his father gave him a mobile and he said, "Look, it's 4 now. Take this mobile, do whatever you want. Then at 4:30, start studying again." Then his father went off to sleep. When he woke up, he saw his son was still using the mobile. He was furious. He looked at the clock, but it was only 4:15 p.m. He was confused how his normal 2-hour sleep was completed in just 15 minutes. Turns out, this genius had cheekily turned the clock backwards by 2 hours and it was actually 6:15 p.m. What would you call this boy? A manipulator or a creative mind? I would call him a future innovator planning a PhD in time travel. This made me think differently. I started thinking beyond the books, beyond my classroom. As a teacher, you are not just managing a group of students, you are literally holding a universe. For me, each bench turned into a launch pad for a class of 40. 40 dreams that haven't been spoken out loud. 40 quiet battles fought between the bell rings. 40 futures still learning to believe that they deserve to take off. And probably 80 odd parents still unsure about the outcome of education. And for those takeoffs to happen, what we need today is not just a reboot in content, but a reboot in culture. This rebooted education culture is what I call the 6-layered education ecosystem. I have been practicing and creating this over a period of years. Let me take you through it briefly. Layer 1, helping students gain clarity about their vision, values, and life goals. Layer 2, a strong focus on the conceptual understanding of core academic subjects. Layer 3, personalized one-to-one mentoring for mental wellness and stress-free engagement. Layer 4, exposure beyond academics through industry connect and solving real-world problems. Layer 5, practical parenting programs mandatory for all parents. Layer 6, feedback first, evaluation next model for a mutual accountability. Can we imagine such a rebooted education culture that goes beyond marks and merit lists? A culture where teachers are not just deliverers of syllabus, but they teach students to become thinkers, innovators, creative, and most importantly, to handle failures. We need not just another topper, but we need students who understand the need to solve the real problems, resonate with the impact of technology, understand the changing world order, and explore opportunities beyond academics. It's high time we stop sorting students by percentage. Why must we all run the same race to the same finish line? Why can't there be 40 different finish lines, or perhaps no finish line at all? People tell me, if a single teacher can't teach all 10 subjects, why is a student expected to learn all 10? This question made me rethink everything. When we have moved from FoxPro to artificial intelligence in just 30 years, when will we move from an age-old education system to 40 different finish lines? Yet, we follow an evaluation system introduced by Lord Macaulay in 1853, and we are preparing our Gen Z to face 2035. Insane, right? We are doing injustice to those 40 dreams sitting quietly in every classroom. Now, let me tell you about an education system that existed 400 years ago and is still relevant today. Who was the creator of this visionary education system? He was none other than Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, the one-man university. He was not just an emperor, but a mentor, a teacher, a motivator, perhaps the world's first career counselor. His soldiers were not just warriors, they were learners. He taught ordinary subjects, subjects like vision, values, empathy, strategy, but the result was extraordinary. In his class of 40 or 400 or perhaps 4,000, he just didn't build forts, he built a culture of courage, character, and capabilities. What a timeless education system that is. Deep rooted in a mission bigger than the self. I think education should not revolve around rote and routine learning. It should awaken imagination, challenge convention, and encourage questions before answers. A principle that I live by in my life is for the benefit of students and for the delight of parents. Because when students grow in confidence and parents grow in understanding, we just don't build better mark sheets, we build stronger families. And that is how transformation truly begins. At the classrooms, in the homes, and in the hearts. So, my dear dreamers, educators, parents, and policymakers, let us all come together to create an education system that toppers and backbenchers deserve equally. Let us move together from bench to brilliance, from syllabus to soul, from percentage to passion, and from results to revolution. Let us embrace this rebooted culture of education as a true tribute to the everyday struggles of students and the silent sacrifices of their parents. Thank you. Thank you very much. I wish you a great day ahead.